Alright, welcome to page 248. This is video number 5 for biology section 10.2. Mr. Worley here. Cytokinesis. Let's go back to our main picture, where was that? Of the cell cycle. We've learned about G1, which is growth, the S phase, which is DNA replication, the G2 phase, which is getting ready to divide, and then we've learned about prophase, which is, can you tell me prophase? Metaphase, anaphase, and telophase, and finally we're here right at the very end, cytokinesis. Cyto means cell, remember, and kinesis means to move. Alright, so let's see what happens. Can you guess? Alright, as a result of mitosis, two nuclei, each with a duplicated set of chromosomes, are formed, usually within the cytoplasm of a single cell. All that remains to complete the M phase of the cycle is cytokinesis, the division of the cytoplasm itself. Oh, yeah, vocab word. Cytokinesis is the division of the cytoplasm itself. Cytokinesis usually occurs at the same time as telophase. Cytokinesis can take place in a number of ways. In most animal cells, the cell membrane is drawn inward until the cytoplasm is pinched into two nearly equal parts. Each part contains its own nucleus and cytoplasmic organelles. In plants, a structure known as the cell plate forms midway. Oh man, great quiz question. How does cytokinesis happen in plants? Midway between the divided nuclei, as shown in figure 10.6. The cell plate gradually develops into a separating membrane. A cell wall then begins to appear in the cell plate. Sweet. All right. So, yeah. Wow. Okay, basically, here's cytokinesis right here. The cytoplasm pinches off, and makes two cells. Each daughter cell has an identical set of duplicate chromosomes. All right. Now, let's talk together on page 249. I want to help you through the first couple of parts of your assignment, which is analyzing data on page 249. Move there with me. Here's 249, analyzing data. Like all organisms, cells have a given lifespan from birth to death. In a multicellular organism, such as humans, the health of the organism depends on cells not exceeding their lifespan. This is especially true of cells that tend to divide rapidly. If these cells did not die on schedule, overcrowding of cells would occur, causing uncontrolled growth that would be life-threatening. Wow! Did you catch that? Part of healthy bodies is cells dying on time. The data table shows the lifespans of various human cells. It also contains information about the ability of the cells to multiply through cell divisions. Alright, so here's cells in the lining of the esophagus. They last for 2 to 3 days, and the cell divisions, they can divide, so these cells can divide. Let's go down here, red blood cells. They live less than 120 days, and they cannot divide. Moving down the chart, cardiac muscle, they live a long time and they cannot divide. Well, that's good, because if that's your heart, by the way. Let's do a couple questions. Inferring, white blood cells help protect the body from infections and diseases produced by organisms. How might their function relate to their lifespan? White blood cells, okay, they live for 10 hours to decades and they may not divide. How might their function, well, that's what they do, and they protect the body from diseases and organisms, relate to their lifespan, which is 10 hours to a decade? Well, can you think? The answer is, they relate in this way. If the white blood cell didn't last a long time, it couldn't have a memory of what diseases it fought in the first place. A cell that is designed to fight influenza, if it died, would leave you vulnerable to influenza in the future. What about number 2? Based on the data, how are the consequences of injuries to the heart and spinal cord similar to each other? How are they different from the consequences to smooth muscle? All right, heart and spinal cord. Nerve cells, they can't divide. So basically, if you hurt a heart cell or you hurt a spinal cell, you're screwed. Oh, I'm sorry. You're in big trouble. You can't fix it. But smooth cell, can divide, and so this smooth muscle cell can get better. All right, well, I'll let you do the rest. All right, class, thank you very much. Remember that you have section assessment 10-2, and you have a big quiz coming tomorrow, and I don't want you to have notes. What that means is you have to have in your head what's happening in all of the phases of the cell cycle. That doesn't mean you shouldn't write notes, because if you don't write notes, you're not going to remember what you had learned. All right, class, good luck. This is going to be good. This is Mr. Worley signing off for section 10-2, saying God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.